So now we're moving into the stress chapter, and you see it must be important because it has its own little chapter. In a release from January 2013, the American Medical Association has noted that stress is the basic cause of more than 60% of all human illness and disease. Biochemically, stress makes us release stress hormones, another indicator that it's important. Stress even has its own hormones, and these hormones are cortisol, epinephrine, and norepinephrine. They are meant to release blood sugar, raise blood pressure, and heart rate to help us deal with crisis and give us a fighting chance to overcome this crisis. From an evolutionary point of view, this helped us survive, for example, a bear attack or something similar. And after the attack, the cavemen and women could go back to chilling by the fire. But today, stress is chronic, and that is the problem we are facing. The relationship between stress, heart disease, and sudden death has been recognized since antiquity, and the incidence of heart attacks and sudden death has been shown to increase significantly following the acute stress of natural disasters like hurricanes, earthquakes, or tsunamis. This slide is quite drastic, showing acute stress increasing the risk of heart disease by 40%, heart attacks by 25%, and strokes by even 50%. One other thing that needs to be discussed is chronic stress and its effect on our digestion. Chronic stress puts us into a chronic fight or flight mode. The stress hormones, epinephrine and norepinephrine, also regulate where our blood flows. They can pinch off certain arteries and while others widen. Under stress, blood gets rerouted to the heart, the lungs, and the skeleton muscles to make sure these organs receive all the supplies to fight or run away from the bear. In this acute situation, digestion is deemed not important. There's practically no supplies available for the GI tract to receive, digest, or absorb nutrients because the gastrointestinal tract has been cut off from its blood supply. Furthermore, the same stress hormones also suppress the release of our calming neurotransmitters, especially serotonin, dopamine, and GABA. And these three are also quite important for proper digestion. In consequence, if we are dealing with chronic stress, this will lead to chronic indigestion and malabsorption, which means we are not really able to benefit properly, even if we provide ourselves with good foods, organic, local, seasonal, and so forth. Chronic stress can over time lead to deficiencies, especially in regards to minerals and B vitamins. So you might say, what can I do about stress? And it's not that we're choosing to be stressed, and you are correct, but there actually are quite a few measures that can help reduce stress or better improve your ability to handle stress. Most of us go through a stressful day, heads down, just trying to cope. We breathe shallow, stop reflecting. We are in a reactive state. But if you raise your head and look at what or who is causing your stress, you can identify your stressors and become proactive. You need to acknowledge your stressors. Look them straight into the eye and then remove those you can remove or alter your attitude towards those you cannot remove. A job that stresses you out day after day is not worth keeping. A partner or friend that stresses you out day after day is also not worth keeping. We only have one life, so you might as well try to enjoy it, right? So exercise is the second best remedy to improve your ability to cope with stress. And with exercise, I do not mean your scheduled aquascience class on Friday afternoon or the leisure stroll while walking your dog around the block. You have to find ways to bring your heart rate up and engage your whole body muscle pump. Stress happens daily, so exercise needs to happen daily too. Exercise releases endorphins. These are feel-good hormones that reduce pain, improve sleep, boost pleasure, which all reduces stress. Exercise engages the muscle pump, which is crucial to help peripheral tissues flush their waste out. Waste would otherwise just sit in those peripheral tissues and fester. And this is why couch potatoes get all these aches and pains and inflammations in their extremities like joints, tendons, and ligaments. Good news is you don't have to do a nauseating CrossFit workout every day. That would be a scary thought. Studies suggest that a 10-minute brisk walk can be just as effective as a 45-minute workout, as long as you bring your heart rate up and work up a bit of a sweat, and that once a day. That's not too bad.